did a review of the Sena 10C when we first got them a while back, and I thought I'd try and do a proper review of them now that we've had them for a while. The 10C, of course, is just really the 10 intercom, which has had a camera attached to it. So I think the first thing to say is that as an intercom, we've always been pretty impressed with the 10. The voice quality is pretty clear, up to a point. Over certain speeds it's useless. The range is good, struggles a bit when you get out of sight, but as a general rule we are rarely out of touch once we're on the bikes. You can make phone calls from the bike and people don't even know you're on the phone if you're travelling at the right speed. And it has the ability to pair to non-Sena units, which we thought was a particularly attractive feature. We haven't tried that yet, but apparently it can do that. Battery life's about 10 hours, which is good for us. Probably 5-6 hours if you're using it constantly, which we normally are when we're on a ride. So the 10C simply adds a camera to a very similar sort of unit. Using the 10 is easy. It's basically a jog dial and a button, and everything works from there. And it doesn't take long to get familiar with the controls. You can also use it to listen to music on your iPhone, and the quality when you do that is very good. So all round we're pretty pleased with the Sena MH10s. So basically the 10C has all the good things we liked about the Sena 10, but it adds a digital camera as part of the unit. So the unit gets a little bit bigger, and they've made some small changes, like the contacts are now underneath the camera, not on top of the camera, and they changed the charging cord, not the charge, just the way the cord's set up. So it's now a straight in plug rather than an L plug, which I find a bit annoying because the straight in plug bends because the inputs are now under the camera. But I just use the one from the microphone and it's not a big deal. The camera quality is good. Nice, crisp, clear, high definition. Has some problems with flaring if you're going through lights and shades, so some of the forest trails we ride, we get different qualities of video output, but all in all, for what it is, it's pretty good. It doesn't try to be a GoPro or a high-level Sony. It's not 4K or any of those flash things, but the quality is enough if you just want to put some stuff up on YouTube. The 10C also comes with a feature called video tagging, which I quite like. Basically, you can put the camera into video tagging mode, and it will then loop over itself as you ride until you push the button again, which causes it to start recording what you're looking at or what you've said. And it starts recording a minute before you started, before you hit the tag button, records the minute of the tag button being hit, and then records another minute after that. At least that's what the manual says. In my experience, it records about 2 minutes. And it comes somewhere either side of when you push the tagging button. And unfortunately, the video tagging on instructions that come through the camera to you are also recorded. That's a minor thing, and it's pretty easy to live with. The battery life claimed by Sena is still 10 hours on standby. In order to avoid the issue where the camera sucks the life out of the battery and you don't have an intercom for the ride home, the camera will shut down automatically when you've got about 20% power remaining. I found that gives you about an hour and 15 minutes of recording time before you get the shutdown. And I've so far ridden for an hour to an hour and a half after having had the shutdown message with the intercom still working. We solved the problems of battery life by buying one of those small portable chargers for mobile phones and devices for about $30 at the booth in the local shopping centre, and we simply put that in our pocket, plug the camera in, and we can record all day. Put a 64 gig card in, and you basically get a full day's recording. And it also means that you can use the video tagging feature basically the entire time you're on the bike. So if you're just using it to record potential traffic accidents, it's already in record mode, and you only have to hit the button and you get the last minute as well as the minute you're in. So you've actually got time to avoid the accident, then hit the button and record it. And I think that's a very valuable feature. The elephant in the room, I suppose, and I mentioned it in the first review, is the audio quality. And what you're hearing now is probably as good as you're going to get out of a Sena 10C. I am using the microphone on a stalk. I have it right in front of my face, and I have it double baffled now to try and improve the audio quality. In an ordinary helmet, you get a lot of reverb, and a lot of words just get lost. My riding partner Bruce tends to ride with his helmet open because he has a shark flip face, which he can leave open, and he gets a better quality with the front open than I do with the front closed. I'm now using a Shoei Hornet, which has much more room in it than my previous Shark Vision R had, so I'm getting less reverb. But I still don't think the audio quality is up there for recording. Certainly anything over about 60k, you're wasting your time. And because it comes as one built-in unit, it simply doesn't have the facility to add a different microphone. So where with a GoPro or a Sony you go out and buy a $15 Sony plug-in mic and stick that in your helmet, you can't do that with the Sena. You're left with what they've given you. So I'd like to think that sooner or later they're going to work out that whatever they're saving on the microphone is false economy, and they should just upgrade it slightly to improve the audio all round, because that would make it a significantly better unit. So whether you like it or not is really a question of what you can using the camera for. I mean, we had intercoms, so we were buying a new unit that was in addition to something we already had. If we didn't have an intercom, then you could say there's a certain amount of logic in paying the extra money and getting intercom plus camera. You have an intercom and you're looking to add a camera, then the Sena has the advantage that it's a good intercom and a very sleek, compared to others, profile for the side of the helmet. If you're looking for very high video quality, or even better than this audio quality, then it's just not the right buy, because the audio is not there yet. So I think it really depends on what the proposed usage. All in all, I'm pretty happy with it. The only problem I have is the audio, and I have used pretty much every tool in Final Cut Pro to try and fix the audio, but what you hear today will be the best you get, so that'll be a fair indication of what you can expect, unless you ride an open face helmet, which I don't. So that's the review. I suppose, would I recommend others buy it? Well, probably, if that the reason they want it is simply to record potential traffic accidents or get some vision that they can put audio on over later. If you're planning to buy it to do some video blogging or to produce something a little bit higher quality, then no, it's not the answer. You're better to buy an intercom and then a Sony or something else that will give you the quality you're looking for.